Hello folks, so I'm going to talk about something that I haven't really talked about. It's kind of an awkward topic, but suicide. The main thing that I want to get across here, if you don't take anything else away from what I'm about to say, is this. Things can get better. Things can get better. I used to be very depressed when I was like 20, 21, and even into my mid-20s. The depression started to go away, as I grew and learned more about myself and stuff like that, and life and whatever. And did the introspection stuff. But basically what I'm trying to say is things may seem how they used to seem to me. They may seem that they will always be shit. Okay? This kind of feeling that life is shit, it will always be shit, and I just have to suffer till the end because it will be shit till the day I die. That kind of mentality is not true. It's not true. It may seem like that's true, and that's what I used to think as well when I was around 20 to 22, 23. I used to think that as well. It's shit. It's always going to be shit. It sucks. That doesn't have to be the case. Because I'll tell you why. What makes life shit is one thing: your emotional state. The thing that makes life shit is your emotional state. If your emotional state is shit, you're going to feel like shit because that's what you feel like all the time. So how do you fix your emotional state? Well, first thing, this might not be the first thing you do, but one thing to note is you can get help. You can talk to somebody, maybe go to therapy and all that. If you don't want to do that, or if you do want to do that, you can also write in a journal and figure the shit out yourself. Because the function of therapy and the function of introspection is pretty much the same, which is to figure shit out. Figure out what's going wrong inside of you and how to fix it. So, yeah. So, when you do that, and I'd also like to mention before I mention anything else, is prayer was important to me. Maybe you want to do that, maybe you don't, but for me, prayer has helped me a lot. I'm a little bit all over the place here, but when you pray, listen to your conscience. Listen to that the words that go through your mind. Listen to that, and it might be helpful to just pay attention to what's going on in your mind. A lot of teachers say to silence your mind, and I personally don't silence my mind, and I still feel really great. I know how to do it, and I can do it pretty easily now, but you don't have to do that. What I do is I pray, and then I listen to my mind, and that's what helps me get some insight, really. I know it's a kind of a weird thing, but it works for me. Pray, then just listen to the words that go on your words, images, and things that come through your mind, and just see what it is. But anyway, getting off topic again, but it's just like, okay, suicide is what I started out with. One might say, okay, if life is shit, and it's always going to be shit, then I'm just going to end it now. But the false assumption is that it's always going to be shit, and it's not. Because when you heal emotionally, when you heal yourself, and when you pray and let God heal you. I'll say it. I know that's some people don't like that, but it's true. When you pray and when you work on yourself, and when you figure out what's wrong with you inside, what is going on, why are you unhappy, what are you feeling, why are you feeling it, what are the thoughts in your mind that are causing you pain? Because emotional pain comes from within. It comes from within, and it's fixed from within. So you got to go within. Simply, you got to go within, and that's where it's all going to be done. Now, physical pain is different. If somebody pokes you with a needle, it's going to hurt, and then it's physical pain. You want to stop physical pain? Okay, you stop physical pain, hunger, thirst, and all these kinds of things, and cuts. You treat it with wounds and stuff. But emotional pain, you have to treat with introspection, prayer, maybe therapy, maybe just figuring out the puzzles of suffering. Suffering is a puzzle. When you figure out what is causing you suffering, when you figure out not what is causing you suffering, but when you figure out the puzzle of suffering for any particular issue, it goes away. So you have to figure. It's hard to describe exactly how to do that, but when you do it, sometimes pain and depression can come from a lack of understanding or an unhelpful perspective. And so we got to think about how to change our perspective into a more positive one. Now, if somebody's really depressed, they might think that all positivity is just unrealistic naivety. That's what I used to think. That all positivity is just naivety. And that pain is the only rational perspective to have. That life is painful. That's the only rational perspective to have, is what I used to think and believe, because I was in pain. And I just thought that my pleasure came from me being a child and not knowing any better. That my pleasure when I was younger just came from that. That's not true. When you grow and mature emotionally and learn who you are and learn how to deal emotionally with life, life can feel pretty damn good. And I made a video a long time ago that happiness is fictional. And I said that happiness is fleeting. I'll tell you, happiness is not fleeting. When you get real happiness, not just I have good ice cream right now, but when you get real happiness, realizing that you can live comfortably emotionally, that you can feel emotionally comfortable in this world, when you know how to do that, and when you know how you did it, you can feel good and comfortable, at least when things are going right. Maybe you're not a Zen master. Maybe you can't live in terrible conditions and feel emotionally good. But at least when things are going right and there's no pressing dangers ahead of you, you can feel good. And you don't feel like, oh, just being alive hurts. So you can talk to people, you can get the help you need, but you can also help yourself in a lot of ways. Like I mentioned, you got to go within is the key thing. You got to go within. When you look inside yourself, that's the only way you can heal emotionally. Alrighty, folks. See ya.